for the Jay-Z documentary. The moment he sent that legal letter, I knew I had to let the world see who he really is. He and Diddy are cut from the same cloth. He just hides his arrogance and control behind a cleaner image. Our feud has lasted 20 years, and I know better than anyone what he's done in the shadows. I even suspect that so-called funeral bouquet wasn't Diddy's idea at all, but Jay-Z acting on his behalf. Back when Nicki Minaj posted that video of him wearing a pink wig, all I did was repost it, and he got so nervous he had his lawyers threaten me. In 2015, Nicki worked her ass off helping him build his platform, and he allegedly pocketed her $7.9 million in royalties. And then there's his fingerprints all over key incidents through the years, whether it's the elevator footage or the guest list at Diddy's parties. He was involved, clearly, but somehow he always walks away untouched. That's what he's best at, pulling strings behind the scenes while pretending to be spotless in public. And now that a corner of the darkness has been ripped open, I'm not stopping. Everything my team and I are doing isn't about attacking anyone, it's about making sure the truth can't be buried by him ever again.
Jay-Z ain't answering the phone?
He ain't answering the motherfucking phone.
Yeah, it's like this, like.
We had a black billionaire's lunch.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch,
Oh,
like.
I hate you, man.
And we here together, and we gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year. Yo, I feel like I'm normal again. Get me out of here.
What happens when one of the quietest, most protected figures in hip-hop suddenly stops answering the phone? Not a tweet, not a denial, not even a carefully worded statement. Just silence. For decades, Jay-Z has been known as a man who never gets touched. While others fall, he survives. While scandals explode, he stays clean. While names get dragged into courtrooms and headlines, he somehow stays just out of reach. But now, according to multiple public claims, something has changed. It reportedly started when 50 Cent received a legal letter, a warning allegedly meant to shut him up. Instead, according to people close to the situation, it had the opposite effect. That letter didn't stop the conversation. It reopened one that had been buried for years. Soon after, 50 Cent began publicly suggesting that private communications involving Diddy existed. Messages that, if real, could raise serious questions, not just about Diddy, but about who else may have known what and when.
Sean Carter aided and abetted or was directly involved. It's about to get real tense, and there's a lot.
And that's when attention quietly shifted, because as Diddy faced mounting allegations in civil cases, interviews, and investigations, people started asking the same question over and over again. Where is Jay-Z? Why is he silent? Why are his lawyers speaking, but not him? According to former insiders, rivals, and commentators, Jay-Z has always operated differently. Not loudly, not recklessly, but carefully, strategically, behind the scenes. And now, with 50 Cent publicly claiming he's done protecting anyone, and with old voices resurfacing, old interviews circulating, and old allegations being re-examined, that carefully constructed silence is starting to look less like dignity and more like avoidance. No charges have been filed. No conclusions have been reached. But a corner of the darkness has been pulled back.
That's actually exactly what Jay-Z's accuser is saying, that even though she dropped the lawsuit, she still stands by what she says, and she only dropped it because of harassment and the fact that she's terrified of Jay-Z. She says that Jay-Z is allegedly bullying her into saying that her accusations were false. In fact, in new legal documents, she is claiming that she was recently approached outside of her home and cornered by two people who told her they were investigators working for one of Jay-Z's lawyers. She claims they tried to get her to sign an affidavit stating that her claims against Jay-Z were false, but she refused. Jane Doe also claims the alleged investigators asked her if her attorney, Tony Busby, sought her out as a client and offered her money to pursue false claims against Jay-Z two allegations she says she denied. He says this alleged confrontation left her intimidated and terrified, wondering how they found her when her identity had remained anonymous in media reports and legal proceedings. He also claims that her parents were approached by two investigators asking similar questions about Busby and her R story. In the new documents, she reveals she decided to drop the claim because she was frightened by the reaction from Jay-Z and his supporters. He says she feared she would be publicly outed and subjected to public attention.
And once people start looking, it's hard to make them look away. Pause. So how did we get here? According to 50 Cent, this story didn't begin with a documentary, an interview, or a viral clip. It began with a legal letter. In multiple public appearances and online posts, 50 Cent has claimed that after years of silence, he suddenly received legal pressure connected to his commentary about Diddy. The letter, according to him, was intended as a warning, a reminder of who holds power and who should stay quiet. But instead of backing down, 50 allegedly took it as confirmation that what he was hinting at mattered. Shortly after, 50 began publicly suggesting that private correspondence involving Diddy existed.
Will Diddy start snitching?
He better. But the only thing I'm interested in him talking about is everything he knows about Kathy Coriana White. See, I know you know what happened, Corey. Diddy, I know that. You and Jay-Z. Down in Vegas at Tao with Claudia. Why don't you just talk about Kathy? That might help. That might help a lot. Kathy Coriana White, Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died 24 hours after she announced that she was going public with their relationship and the baby while he was married to Beyonce. Was it an aneurysm, Diddy? Or are you the one who paid the same coroner that you...
Messages that, according to his claims, showed how deep certain relationships really went. He did not release full transcripts. He did not publish raw files. But he made one thing clear. He was no longer interested in protecting anyone. Importantly, 50 has consistently said that he was never part of Diddy's inner circle. In interviews, he has explained that certain invitations and environments made him uncomfortable years ago, and that he intentionally kept his distance. That distance, he claims, is why he feels confident speaking now. When allegations against Diddy became public through lawsuits and reporting, 50 said he learned about them the same way the public did, through the news. But he also said none of it surprised him.
How close was Diddy and Jay-Z? They was close enough that they wasn't playing basketball, they wasn't playing baseball, they wasn't playing football, and they wasn't playing hockey or soccer for Diddy to come on stage, pat him on his ass, and then make the statement to people in the world that can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z. Now, I don't know what kind of statement, and I can't say, I wish I could say half a homo, but I know I can't say it. But I don't know what kind of half a homo that is. And you trying to say that you're not close to somebody. You coming on stage, patting them on their ass, and then you making a broad statement to the public, can't nobody call me Sean but Sean Carter. And I heard Jay-Z said the same thing about them. But they were so close that they had matching white girls together. Because when they used to see each other, they used to say, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? He'd be like, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? So, I guess that's a certain type of closeness.
I ain't know anything about that, man. I ain't know about it.
That statement matters because it suggests foreknowledge, not of specific crimes, but of patterns, behavior, power dynamics, As public attention intensified around Diddy, something else happened quietly. Jay-Z went silent. No interviews. He has never said no direct statements. Only lawyers. His legal team released brief comments distancing him from Diddy, even suggesting they were never close. But for many observers, that explanation raised more questions than it answered, because footage exists, photos exist, witness accounts exist. Industry insiders like Gene Deal, Roger Bonds, and others have publicly stated that Jay-Z and Diddy were frequently in the same spaces, on stages, at events, at private gatherings, not inseparable, but familiar, comfortable. So when the narrative suddenly shifted to they were never really friends, people noticed, according to media commentators, that distancing looked less like clarity and more like damage control. And that's when older voices returned to the conversation. As the spotlight widened, long-standing allegations that had once been dismissed or ignored resurfaced. One of the most controversial voices is Jaguar Wright. In multiple interviews, Jaguar has publicly claimed that Jay-Z was involved in serious misconduct, allegations that remain unproven and have not resulted in criminal charges. She has stated that she has scars to prove her experiences and that recordings allegedly exist. These claims are allegations. They are not facts, but their re-emergence matters because of timing. Jaguar has also claimed that Jay-Z deliberately distanced himself from Diddy once legal pressure intensified, not out of morality, but self-preservation. Former associates echoed similar sentiments in different ways. Gene Deal, Diddy's former head of security, publicly questioned the narrative that Jay-Z and Diddy were not close. He pointed to public moments, shared stages, personal gestures, and private familiarity that suggested a deeper relationship than Jay-Z's legal team admitted. Roger Bonds added another layer, claiming that Diddy often showed up for Jay-Z more than Jay-Z showed up for Diddy, a dynamic that, according to him, created quiet resentment. Then there's Dame Dash. Jay-Z's former business partner has said publicly that he and Jay-Z faced this level of scrutiny before. For decades, Dash claims Jay-Z appeared untouchable, especially in mainstream media. But now, Dash says that protection appears weaker. Not gone, but cracking. Tony Yayo, speaking from 50 Cent Circle, offered insight into why this feud may have lasted decades. According to Yayo, the tension between 50 and Jay-Z was never just personal. It was philosophical. 50, he claims, shows up for people. Jay-Z, he claims, shows up for business. Even the Super Bowl halftime show became part of that narrative, with claims that Jay-Z did not want 50 Cent included, a decision that, according to Yayo, only changed after Eminem intervened. Again, these are claims, but together they form a pattern of power, of silence, of selective visibility. So why now? Why are these allegations gaining traction today, when similar claims existed years ago? According to media analysts, the answer is leverage. Diddy's legal situation changed everything. Once lawsuits became public, once investigations were confirmed, once former insiders started speaking openly, the wall of silence cracked. And when one wall cracks, others weaken. Jay-Z's silence, which once symbolized control, now invites suspicion. Not because silence equals guilt, but because silence no longer feels neutral. According to recent legal filings, at least one accuser has claimed intimidation by alleged investigators connected to Jay-Z's legal team. These claims remain allegations. No charges have been filed. Jay-Z has denied wrongdoing. But perception matters.